Welcome to Super Happy Dragon Lucky. The show will begin momentarily.
Hello, welcome to Super Happy Dragon Lucky, the Dragonchain Updates show. This is episode Dickety-4. It is 0xd4. That is the hex pronunciation. I kid you not. And it's the 213th weekly episode. Reminder, nothing on the show is financial advice, and stay tuned after the quick updates for an AMA. First off, this show itself, Super Happy Dragon Lucky, the distribution for governance lot to control how the show works, was 342 lot. There were 2 questions for 57 lot each. One featured post for 57 lot. The host received a 57 lot, and Dragonchain received 114 lot. We moved to Den.social Updates. The September 2023 LCP Lair creation process starts next week. Start thinking about what layers you want to propose. So that'll start, I believe, on Tuesday, and you'll have time to put in new layer proposals. Coffee with Den, the show, is on hiatus until September. Dave is still in the process of relocating, so watch for an announcement of episode 82 at its new time, which is 8 p.m. Eastern. And for DENDAO updates, there is no DENDAO show today. The next DENDAO call will be next Thursday, September 7, at a new time, 1900 Eastern, 2300 UTC. Watch for the agenda next Wednesday. Everyone's welcome to join. You don't have to have your camera on. It's just a meeting. Then we go to World Blockchain Roundtable updates. In case you missed last week's episode, it was on employment and jobs. Go watch and share it, please. The more views it gets in its first week, the more lot all the participants will get. And episode 119 airs today at 1100 Eastern, 1500 UTC. The topic is freestyle. Leave a blockchain-related question or subject to discuss. And it should be pretty good, right? Because anything can happen on the show today. I think there are already some good questions in there. And now we go to the AMA. So each participant of the first 3 with a unique question will get lot from the Dragonchain Lair. In case I decide to answer more than 3, only 3 will get rewarded. But reserve the right to revise. I reserve the right to revise and extend my remarks. So the first question, let's see here. First question is from Alexons. August ends. Any update on the Dragonchain trial? There have been no updates since, I guess, on Dragonchain about the trial for months. I gave an update at least relatively recently on the show anyway. And it is basically that we're kind of, in a holding pattern, processing all of, I'm learning, the team is learning a lot about the intricacies of the rules for how the process works, what happens next, in this process. So we're still very confident. If anyone is able to contribute to the legal fund, it is helpful, because we need to pay the attorneys, but essentially we still think we have a strong case. We still think that things will be, how do I say, that we will win in the end, but I have no idea between here and there exactly what will happen. So we will, anything of importance that comes out or anything that is published, we will try to make an update as soon as we can, which is with as much info as we can give. So, and there's a lot of strategic components to it, and as you can see, probably the most important thing that has been going on that I can talk about would be all of the events with Ripple, XRP, Coinbase, Grayscale, and all of the other projects that are in court right now and or doing similar things. That all of those outcomes have an effect on our case. That is, they give us more information, they give us more tools. So watch those. And, if you see things pop up, post them into Den, make sure that I post them here, make sure that I comment when I can on them, because there's a lot going on and things are developing rapidly, and generally they are moving in the right direction. There have been a couple of occasions that, either lawmakers or regulators have pushed the way that none of us want them to push, but largely the cases are panning out in favor of the crypto industry and our position in the crypto industry. So anyway, okay, so next question from Dayrox. Question, Joe, could you remind us what are the rules for creating a private lair such as Coffee with Den? How much does it cost? How many lot does the owner of this type of lair have available? And then I think added in there, we'll add them together. Do private lairs mine matter as well from the daily mining pool? So an important point. Coffee with Den is not a private lair. It is a business lair, or you could call it a community created lair, a non-LCP process created lair. But I think we called them B2B business lairs in the past. They don't have to be business lairs, though. They could be a community that you want to create. Several have been made, by the way. And at some point, I believe it was the very beginning of this year, we did establish a price point for that situation. So right now, the cost is, and this is by a DENDAO vote, it could be changed, of course. The point is, you can create a business layer, you can create your own layer, and have all the fixings, have everything in place, which would cost 1 ETH, or if you are paying in matter, it is 0.66 ETH worth of matter at whatever the price is. So that is the price to create a layer. If you want to make it private, wherein no one else can see it, but you have a governance layer for, let's say, your company or your neighborhood, or whatever, your club, that you would have governance, you would have a place to chat, you would have a place to post information and get feedback and do all the things you can do in a layer, and no one else could see it. And per the question from Meladita, that if it is a private layer, it does not mine in a daily mining pool, because it wouldn't be transparent. No one would be able to see what was happening there and know why they are pulling matter. So if it isn't, if it's not a private layer, though, so if it's like Coffee with Den, or I think the Christianity layer, I'm struggling to think. I know there are a few more, but of the layers that were created by individuals or teams or groups, because they are public and anybody can subscribe to them, they do mine matter. So anyway, I think I answered all those questions. Okay, next, I am for I am. For transparency, do you think that Den's wallet should be made public? How much matter does it hold? How many matter does it earn on a daily basis? And or how much lot does it own in each layer? Probably so. We should probably keep that into, how do I say this? We should probably keep that, maybe we could put it in the same report when we do the layer stuff. And the reasoning, because when I first read this, I'm like, well, isn't it already public? The multi-sig account is public because it's on Ethereum, and it does have lore, and it does have matter, and it does have I think it has a lot of spam stuff that gets sent to active addresses for sure. So it holds that, and that is public, but that's not everything. Like say the earned, that is in fact like say the pooled lore is in there, and that isn't locked, and stuff like that. But the matter, the earning account, where, and I do believe you mean the Den official Den account, right? That one we could easily post its balance, and I don't know how easy it would be to post earnings. I don't know what format they're in, but I do think it would be reasonable for that. Had never thought about that because we hadn't really. It's not there to earn matter as much as the main. The mining pool where it gets the 5% or whatever. So I'd have to think through how precisely to do that, but I wouldn't be against it. And also it would be, maybe interesting. I don't know. It would maybe be interesting to also show how much it uses for boosting, because it does the Friday boosts typically come out of that account and stuff like that. So anyway, good idea. Great idea. Let's see here. Aladita, can we merge time accumulating in two different wallets? I would have to double check, but I do believe that it would work, because the process, and we just did the reason I'm confused right now is because we changed the process to make it radically more efficient about 6-8 months ago. I can't remember what the date was, but we rewrote the time system to be a lot more efficient. It didn't have to hit the chain as often. It didn't have to it didn't have to consume as many resources. The old system was extremely inefficient for its network, and it had a few issues when certain patterns were a little too complex. Like if somebody did a wallet transfer claim, I think it's what we called it, when you were transferring your time, that there is a way, and it's all well documented, the process, and it doesn't require any special tools. You can use whatever you have already for a wallet, and essentially and don't quote me here on the exact process, read through it and make sure you understand it, but you essentially move from the original address. Let's say it's a compromised wallet, or maybe you have a new hardware wallet you want to move it to. So you move I do believe it's all of your dragons to the new address, and you have to send a fee from one of the two addresses to the a claim address, and it transfers your time. And I do believe, because of the way that it pulls the time, that you could move the time from two different wallets into one address. But definitely we'd want to look at that if you're considering to do that. You probably don't need to, unless it's just an OCD thing. You want to put everything in one place, because you can claim multiple addresses for time inside of the console if you're running a verification node, or if you're running a business and want to lower your fees. You can use the time from multiple addresses without consolidating them into a single address. And it might even be a good thing to keep your tokens separated and your time separated. I mean, for instance, we run multiple accounts. We run some accounts for some people, of course. And so one of our biggest problems is splitting time between accounts. So it is, luckily we have several addresses that have enough time that we can keep them in different accounts, and everything can be relatively clean. So anyway, so that's all. Those are the questions, and let's see here. I'm going to get back to the prep. Featured content. So we have 2 posts from Dayrock, so you get 1 credit, both for videos promoting Den.social, and particularly specifically the photography layer. So thank you greatly. Go and watch these 2 nice videos from put together by Dayrocks. It's awesome. Great work. Thanks a bunch. And in closing, make sure you go to Dragonchain.store and get some Dragonchain merch and some Den merch. Contribute to Dragonchain's legal fund at legalfund.dragonchain.com. You can contribute in several different cryptocurrencies or US dollars, or pretty much any currency through Apple Pay and Alipay and Visa, MasterCard, and however you want to pay. And if you can do a recurring subscription, we would really greatly appreciate it. And all of the info is there on that site. So go check that out. Let us know if you have any questions as well, or you want to contribute some other way. Make sure you watch us again next week, same time, 1000 Eastern, 1400 UTC. Make sure you watch the World Blockchain Roundtable today at 1100 Eastern, 1500 UTC. And follow Dragonchain, Real Denizens, Jojo Rowe on Twitter, LinkedIn, and Den.social. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share. Thank you. See you next week.
Now, more than ever, our data is at risk. Our supply chains are in jeopardy. Our systems are broken, and businesses feel powerless. Dragonchain gives you a different way, a safer way, a better way, and you have power over your data. Dragonchain gives you proof in an untrusted world. Build now at dragonchain.com. America's blockchain.